If you never want to make less than 6 figures a year, there's something you need to understand. It all starts with you. What I mean by that is you have to have the motivation, and you have to have the want and the desire. If you're currently in a place right now where you're happy with what you have and you're content with what you have, and there's no need or want, whether it be a trip, a vacation, something you want to do with your family, something you want to purchase yourself, a nice place to go eat, um, you know, go to the bar, have drinks with the friends, or whatever it is, a new car you want, a toy, whatever you're into. If there's no desire or want or need for anything further, and you're happy, then it's probably not going to work out, and you're probably not going to get better. And that's okay. Not sales is not an easy deal, but the biggest thing, and it starts with you. You've got to invest in yourself, and it's all mental. No one is better than anybody else at anything. What I mean by that is no individual, has a step forward. So anyone's capable of anything that they truly believe is available to them. And I'm here to tell you that everything is available to you. So when you're beginning in sales, or when you're selling anything, it's like drinking from a fire hose. There's all this material, whether it be books, videos, colleagues, partners giving you all this information, and there's just a lot of stuff to take in. That's very, very, very overwhelming. But the second you understand, and you can kind of simplify your life and simplify everything you're doing, and understand that it's you, it's way easier. So you got to find a why, you got to find a want, you got to find a desire for something more. And once you have that, you can use that to propel you forward. But until you have that, there's nothing that you're going to have that's going to help you propel further into your career, to, raise your closing percentage, to, make better follow-up, to close your deals faster and easier, to have rapport with your customers. I can go through all the selling steps of anything, but none of that's going to matter if you can't first understand that. And once you understand that, you are ahead of the vast majority of the people in this career field, right? And in sales itself, there's more millionaires created by salespeople than any other profession. And I firmly believe anyone can do it as long as they've got a strong mind, are willing to put the effort forth, and have a killer attitude, because that's what's going to get you forward. You have to know where you're at. Once you have that, right, that's the biggest piece. You're ahead of so many people. So you get that, you understand your why, and you figure out what you want in life and what more you want than what you have now, and you're golden. Then we're going to simplify everything and make it even easier before we get into the steps of everything, which you'll see in other videos. You got to understand, when you're selling anything, whether it's you go to the grocery store as a consumer and you want to purchase an apple, right? The value of that apple has to exceed the price of which they're asking. So when you understand that, whether you're selling, cars, insurance, whatever it is, in this particular instance, obviously cars and vehicles, you got to build the value higher than the price. And until you have the belief in yourself and the confidence in what you're selling, that's not going to happen. To do that, it's very simple. And it all starts with you. Find your why, find what drives you, find what motivates you, find what you want in life, and then take it and then run with it. And then slow down, write it down. Look at it every day. Look at it every morning. When you doubt yourself and you think, it's too challenging, you can't do this, look at it, remind yourself, because it is possible, okay? And then that's the next step. Understand to sell something, very basic. Very first thing needs to be understood is someone makes a purchase when the value exceeds the price. So a lot of times where people fail is, there's a triangle or an inverted triangle in sales, where you want to spend the very most time with your rapport building, getting to know the people, fact finding, product presentation, and then at the very, very, very end is where you want to spend the least amount of time, and that's negotiating the deal and closing the deal. But unfortunately, a lot of times we do it backwards, and we don't do those first few steps, and we just try to run to the finish line, and we get straight to the negotiating and closing, or perhaps we do the demonstration of a product without understanding who our customer is, and perhaps we don't understand the hot buttons and what's important to them. And so we bypass everything completely on us, and it's our fault for doing so. And then we hit everyone with numbers, and we can't understand why we're having a hard time closing deals. Well, the reason for that is because we need to slow down, simplify everything, have fun, make the value exceed everything else, understand your customers, and I promise you it'll be easy. Very easy. And if you can do these things, and you can do it over and over again, and you can do it with repetition, you can continuously remind yourself of why you're doing this and what you want. You can have a good attitude, you can stay positive, you can follow up, and if you can continuously do this, you'll never make less than 6 figures a year. So I'll post more. The most important thing that everyone needs to do is, if you're not happy where you're at, that's good, because you can find what you want. You find what you want, you develop your why. You grow on that why. You write it down, you look at it, and then that's going to propel you further into the selling steps. It'll propel you to more customers, and it will help execute exactly what you were trying to do.